Versatile Mage. Chapter 59 Battle Ape Rat. Fan Mo, retreat to the back. Leave this animal to me. Captain Zhu Dawang shouted as he and Fei Shi both arrived in time. The two looked as though they had accelerated along a flat escalator. They didn't take a single step, yet their bodies were moving along the flat ground. Mo Fan knew that this was the primary spell of the Earth element, Earth Ripple. Earth Ripple was also a movement spell. You could control the surface of the ground to initiate quick movement. Wang Sanpang was also capable of this. However, he was not as adept at it as Fei Shi. This is a colossal-eyed ape rat. They usually live underground. Thus, they're experts in digging holes and particularly enjoy the city sewers. They can stretch their necks, and their eyes can release a piercing red light beam. This thing is like a mixed rat, capable of high-speed reproduction. Their survival abilities are high. The sewers and garbage lots tend to have quite a few of them. Normally, they eat human leftovers. However, if their hunger reaches a certain degree, they're able to eat humans as well, making them a terrifying and numerous magical beast. Soon enough, Vice Captain Guo Kaitang informed everyone about this creature. Colossal-eyed ape rat. The magical beast classes had discussed this creature a few times. It was an expert at living underground and hole digging. It was the Lanxiang University amongst magical beasts. Normally, whenever this kind of magical beast encounters a magician, they would run away peeing themselves. How come this one dared to even initiate attacks? This one is evidently extremely rash. I reckon it's starving, requiring a large amount of food and energy. Fortunately, we happened to find it, Fei Shi said with a smile. These people were different from the group of students who were scared like dogs when they first encountered magical beasts. Whether it was Captain Zhu Dawang, the girl Xiao Qi, Wind Mage Guo Kaitang, or Uncle Fei Shi, they wore a different attitude when they faced off against the colossal-eyed ape rat. They were all spread out, but they stood within a distance where they could support each other. They formed an attack formation while maintaining a distance where they could retreat if they encountered danger. Mo Fan, who had just joined their team as a member, was awkwardly standing there. It looked as though he had told his teammates, "After you retreat, I will challenge this creature." However, the truth was, he was slowly shifting toward the back of his teammates. On the inside, he was cursing Fei Shi for not using Earth Ripple on him. The sound of an empty stomach grumbled out. This colossal-eyed ape rat was indeed extremely vicious. It didn't run away despite seeing so many people. Its eyes immediately locked onto the closest person to itself, the Wind Mage, Li Wenji. It's the red light beam. This animal that lived amongst the human city's dark corners looked as though it wanted to shoot through the people moving around it presently. Its intense roaring was particularly fierce in the air of the evening school campus. "You want to attack us?" The Wind Mage Li Wenji was laid back. Mo Fan practically didn't see Li Wenji meticulously focus his mind to link the star paths, yet a cyan wind track emerged around his body, incessantly blowing his white shirt. Swoosh! The red piercing beam shot forth, but Li Wenji left behind only chaotic air in his former location. His figure had already flashed 5 meters away. How could one be that handsome? Fool, you dare to come out and harm people with just this little skill. Li Wenji stood in front of a table tennis stand as he coldly smiled toward the colossal-eyed ape rat. When the colossal-eyed ape rat saw its beam was ineffective toward this nimble human, it flew into a rage as it spread its 4 sharp limbs. With a neck and head that strange, the colossal-eyed ape rat's speed was actually a few times faster than the spirit wolf which Mo Fan had met before. If it used this speed to go against the students, even if they were able to stay calm and complete their star path, they would still be too late to cast their spells. The time it took for students to cast their spells was around 4 seconds, whereas the colossal-eyed ape rat was able to get to Li Wenji from a place 40 meters away in a short 2 seconds. Its claws were then scratching right for Li Wenji's face. Mo Fan couldn't help but feel apprehensive. He was scared of Li Wenji losing his life. Looking at his surroundings, Neither the Water Mage Xiao Qi nor the Earth Mage Fashi seemed to have any intention of saving Li Wenji. Wind track, flash steps. Li Wenji was not flustered at all. His gaze calmly watched the colossal-eyed ape rat dash over as he coldly spouted the name of the spell. Swoosh! Li Wenji's body once again disappeared from his original location. The colossal-eyed ape rat's claws smacked against the stone table tennis stand, reducing the table into powder that flew off into the surroundings. After the creature realized that its claw had failed, it immediately began to look for Li Wenji. Swoosh! Li Wenji took another step. He once again left behind a dust trail before he quickly flashed 20 meters away. Swoosh! Li Wenji stopped behind a cotton tree planted inside the cantina. To Mo Fan's surprise, the Wind Mage had once again disappeared from his sight. Following this, a red beam fiercely hit the cotton tree Li Wenji had stopped behind. The cotton tree was pierced straight through by the beam, leaving behind a blackened hole. Ash blew out of the hole from the superheated steam and charred wood, drifting down in a cloud of dark motes. Wind track, flash step. Mo Fan saw this and gasped in surprise. In school, all the wind elemental students had only grasped the wind track's swift travel. To move fast with swift travel was only possible if you were able to create a wind tunnel. Although it was indeed quick, it was still not as fast as Li Wenji's flash step. If Zhang Xiaohou had grasped Wind Track's flash steps back then, he would definitely have been able to thrash that spirit wolf around a few times and get out of the difficult situation of being chased deep within the cavern. Although it was also a primary spell of the Wind Track, its effect felt evidently on a different level. The colossal-eyed ape rat's sensitivity was even above that of the spirit wolf. However, at the end of the day, it still wasn't able to touch the corner of Li Wenji's clothes. As expected, the things you learned at school were far too limited. Only when you were exposed to this kind of environment and incessantly gained practical combat experience will you truly be able to raise your strength. It was a wise choice to join the hunters. Only when I follow these hunter mages who are fearless in front of the magical beasts will I be able to grow. Going with those students who pee their pants when they see a magical beast is definitely a bad choice. It wasn't that Mo Fan disliked his classmates, but he had come to realize many things after battling against the spirit wolf. Pursuing examinations, grades, target shootings, attending magical beast classes, and analyzing battle techniques were completely useless when you actually encountered a magical beast. The only way to improve is to fight, to incessantly face magical beasts like this. Have a taste of my flames. Captain Zhu Dawang flew up confidently. There was already a ball of scorching hot flame in his palm. The flames illuminated the sturdy uncle's face, which carried some disdain for the creature before him. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.